Pisces rules the 12th house, the house mysteries of transcendence, of the dissolution of boundaries, of the return to this divine whole. Like the 12th house, I don't even really know if anyone understands it. It's not something that can really be grasped on an intellectual level. Pisces is associated also with Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. Pisces is associated with Poseidon, the king of this deep, infinite ocean, right? And that's a great metaphor for what the Pisces personality. This is a watery person. Yeah, like they're watery, but they're a mystery. They're beautiful and earnest, and Pisces it's so many things. Yes, they're creative, they're sensitive. There's something really magical about them. They're hard to pin down. They're a different person, sometimes on a different day. Even one thing you'll notice about Pisces folks, and especially people with a Pisces ascendant, is that they even sometimes just look different from day to day. It's hard to explain, but you can sometimes see this if you look at pictures of Pisces. It's always them, but it just seems like everyone kind of looks different, on different days. But like for Pisces, their range is a lot bigger. And it's weird. It's normal if you know a Pisces person, but yeah, they're shapeshifters, right? They are absorbing so much of the world around them. They are actually, in some ways, like a hodgepodge of all the other 11 zodiac signs. It's like they're going to a fast food restaurant and like getting a fountain drink with literally every soda all in one. I always usually thought that was like kind of gross. Maybe I didn't try it. For Pisces, though, it works. It like comes out to something that's beautiful and obviously much bigger and more complex than just the sum of its parts. But when you think about those qualities, right, it's interesting when you put it in the context of dating or romantic relationships or romantic compatibility, because not only does Pisces come across as this infinite, changeable, mutable kind of person, they're also a creature whose ego isn't really focused on maintaining a set identity. Their ego is focused on serving like the soul. It's focused on transcending the limitations of personhood. So yeah, throw that in the Hinge profile. People love it, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that right off the bat are going to be fascinated by this quality in Pisces. Of course, some people might also find it irritating and frustrating and flaky, from their perspective. But Pisces, that kind of energy isn't a good fit for everyone. I actually think one of the most challenging things in the early dating stages, maybe with the Pisces, is that Pisces will sometimes act as this total mirror reflecting the person that they're with back to them. Either they're a reflection or they're sort of an embodiment of what the Pisces person thinks that the other person wants them to be. They kind of shift into that. And people can call that, they can describe it in a lot of bad or pejorative ways, especially if they feel like they can't control Pisces. But like, you can't really look at it as a weakness or necessarily a deficiency like at all. This is the nature of Pisces. All boundaries are going to be foggy and porous. And when someone starts really first seeing evidence of that, or that they see, oh wow, this person is actually different than the person I thought they were, it can be really jarring and alarming. But you have to kind of love that and appreciate the genius of that and the uniqueness of that, because it's just like all signs have their gifts and challenges. It's not always easy to be sort of like in a committed partnership with that topsy-turvy energy. And look, it's not easy for Pisces either to go about life and have to be a human that has to go to work and take care of themselves and maintain a political, social identity. They have a social security. Like, they have to be a person, right? If they want to kind of do life, right? They can't go and be a goddess and live in the ocean like normally. That's only in rare circumstances But it's hard for Pisces. They know that they struggle with these kind of boundaries. They know that energy leaks into them and their energy leaks out. And they know that they need a lot of alone time to recharge, and they need to protect their energy really as much as they can. And it's easy for them to feel guilty about it. So it's hard for them too. If you're not happy with how a Pisces person is behaving, first of all, tough. People are kind of the way that they are. But you also have to realize it's not always personal. It's not always like about you. Obviously, there is much healthier expression of Pisces energy and more lower vibe, less mature expression of Pisces energy, which matters a lot. But just high level, you have to understand and appreciate what Pisces energy is all about. Sometimes a new partner or a dating prospect will come to this realization when they're used to seeing Pisces in the context of one-on-one, them going on dates. And the Pisces is in a very particular mode when they're with that person. And then they suddenly see them in a broader context, or they see the person that Pisces is to other people. And it's, like I said, that can be the jarring moment where it's like, what is this? I thought I had a handle on it, but I don't. So I think the high level takeaway is that you have to love that energy. And there's going to be times when you're going to feel, if you're human, I think, and again, it depends on the other sign, but you could feel threatened by it. Pisces is a sign that wants to find these fleeting moments of love and connection in moments. They want to form instant connection with some random person who you think that they would never have anything in common with, like in a moment when they're like in the line at KFC and they're suddenly super locked in and giving that person all this attention in a moment. The ocean of them can get locked in and fixated, and they form. Pisces wants to find a way to transcend, again, limitations. That's why you can have a Pisces that, they like went to prep school and they came up with a silver spoon, but like they, are suddenly like, they want to form a connection with someone that has a totally different life experience. It's not some kind of self-righteous white guilt thing. It's like they genuinely just want to feel and transcend limitations. It's really genuine. On a more mundane level, you could be out with your Pisces at a party and suddenly they're off and they're talking to someone and they're so locked into this moment, and they're doing the thing where they're reflecting back to the person what they think that person wants them to be, and you're like stuck talking to someone you don't like, you're running out of your drink, and you're like, you could be jealous or threatened by that. Pisces, again, they're not tethered really to anything. They kind of float, but if you build something, a foundation of love and trust and commitment, and one that's also really values spiritual growth and transcendence and trying to raise up everyone, and you believe in these higher ideals that can transcend our limited 9-to-5 human lives, Pisces will value you a lot and will want to be a part of that and will want to grow with you. And in those situations, you shouldn't feel threatened. You should lead with trust and love. That's kind of the high level takeaway, I would say.